Welcome to the Essentially You podcast, where we explore the science of happiness and well-being to help coaches and coaching leaders bring out the best in themselves and those they serve. If you're looking for new approaches to serve your clients or looking to create a culture of positivity and well-being in your organization, join me, Mark Mathia, on a journey of discovery and inspiration. Did you know that a hummingbird's wings can beat up to 80 times per second? That they can rotate in a complete circle, allowing it to hover in midair, fly forwards, backwards, up, down, sideways, and even upside down? Did you know that? The law of physics said it should be impossible for the hummingbird to fly. But clearly, nobody told the hummingbird that. And in this episode of Essentially You, I want to teach you how to coach like a hummingbird. All right. As a coach, here's the truth. I've grown increasing respect for some of the tools of the trade. Now, specifically, I'm talking about the CliftonStrengths assessment and the Enneagram as complementary tools that offer different but valuable insights into our personality and our talents. I believe that when used together, these tools can provide coaches and, I might say, leaders with a deep understanding of their clients, with enhancing the coaching experience. Tools like this also spark better questions, as the pairing of these two tools helps coaches and coaching leaders to ask better questions, leading to a more robust coaching experience. Let me explain. First, let's define a few things. CliftonStrengths. It focuses on identifying an individual's innate talents and strengths. It assesses 34 talent themes, which I've talked about many times in this podcast, providing insights into a person's natural ability and how we can, best leverage those talents for success in any endeavor. And as I mentioned before, the assessment is deeply rooted in positive psychology. It's validated and a science that emphasizes what's right with people rather than what's wrong. When I was growing up, I had a learning disability. I really struggled in school. And if it wasn't for my mom being my first strength coach, now she didn't meet Don Clifton and know strengths at the time, but my mom saw what was right in me and made me use that every day as I struggled my way through elementary school. My mom was my first strength coach, and it was so impactful to me. Now, in contrast, right, the Enneagram. This is a different personality typing system that explores 9 interconnected personality types. It delves into core motivations, fears, and behavioral patterns. The Enneagram provides a deeper understanding of why people behave the way they do, offering insights into both positive and negative aspects of your personality. Can you see where these two stacked together could be powerful as a coach or coaching leader? My first exploration with the Enneagram rocked me, as it really, really helped me understand some core motivations I wasn't really clear on and why I do some of the crazy stuff I do. Like, for example, I have this green sweater that I really, really liked. I went out and bought 3 of the same sweaters. I liked it so much. Why do I do things like that? When I did the Enneagram as an Enneagram 7, I recognized that one of my innate fears is to lose everything. And so I tend to overdo everything. And so that was a really great eye-opening moment for me when I thought about it from my motivational perspective. Now, from a coaching perspective, both assessments work well together, and I'm going to give you several reasons why I believe that to be true. First, the CliftonStrengths. It gives us a comprehensive view. It reveals what a person does best, while, on the other hand, the Enneagram reveals why they do it. The combination of how the person does things the best and why they do things gives us a real holistic understanding of the people we're working with. The second is it allows us to tailor our approach. And understanding a client's Enneagram type allows a coach to fine-tune our communication and our coaching strategies. For example, a coach might change our approach when working with a strategic thinker in CliftonStrengths who is also, say, an Enneagram Type 8, the challenger. Those two strengths, a strategic thinker can see around corners, for an example. But typically with a negative bent, Enneagram 8 is the challenger. Are those people in your life that you have to explain things twice because no matter what you say the first time is wrong? How do you help them and adjust your language to get through to them? Well, these two assessments together can help you tailor that approach. The Enneagram, number 3, by the way, the Enneagram helps identify areas for personal development. And that's really important because if you can come up with your area of weakness or a motivational factor that might be getting in the way of progress, then you can really begin to change and grow. While the Clifton Strength provides a solid foundation of our talents that we can continually build on. And oftentimes when we overcome, say, a weakness or a challenge that the Enneagram might point out by our strengths, it becomes really powerful and it addresses great areas to grow effectively. Number 4 is motivational insights. And what I'd say is that the Enneagram offers deep insights into what drives the individual. This can help us to understand how to motivate each other, how to leverage our Clifton strengths more effectively. And I think that's a really cool power pack when it comes to knowing your strengths, claiming your strengths, knowing your motivation, and pointing them in the right direction. The 5th is overcoming limitations. And by understanding both strengths and personality patterns, we can all help our clients use their talents to overcome challenges associated with their Enneagram types. It's great. Okay, number 6, enhance self-awareness. We always need to grow together. Why? Because all change happens within. But together, these tools provide us with a multifaceted view of themselves, fostering greater sense of self-awareness and personal insight. So when we use them together, it really gives us a full 360-degree vision into who we are. And this helps us grow and enhances our self-awareness. And finally, number 7 is relationship dynamics. Now, both assessments offer valuable insights into interpersonal relationships. I've seen Clifton Strengths, for example, change cultures when it becomes part of the common language. This allows us to address both professional and personal relationship challenges, things that could get in the way of progress. But at the end of the day, as I alluded to at the beginning of this podcast, both of these tools help us as coaches and coaches leaders to ask better questions. Use both tools to formulate powerful questions that challenge client assumptions, beliefs, and habits. For example, a coach can ask the client with strengths in strategic thinking domain and the Enneagram type 5 or the investigator, so there's a lot of thinking going on, how they can balance their need for analysis and research with taking action and actually getting things done. And how do you then share those insights with others? These questions can help the client gain new perspectives, explore alternative solutions, and overcome potential blind spots or obstacles, or get them unstuck from constant thinking. Okay, coaching and leading well is an absolute blast. I believe that Clifton Strengths and the Enneagram complement each other by providing this rich, kind of multidimensional understanding of the individuals. This comprehensive view enables coaches and managers to develop more effective, personalized strategies for individual and team growth and development. Now, when we can learn to integrate our Clifton Strengths and our Enneagram, we can then provide a holistic, personalized plan that maximizes the client's potential and addresses their unique needs and motivations. A coach and coaching leader can learn to tailor communication styles based on both of those tools, the Clifton Strengths and Enneagram, to create a more effective and personalized kind of coaching and leadership approach. Here's some examples that I found that I think are interesting to consider. So these examples, you're going to need to know a little bit more about Clifton Strengths and Enneagram, but I'll try to explain it. Okay. For a client with high strategic strength, that happens to be my number 1 strategy. Okay. And the Clifton Strengths and Enneagram type 5. I'm not a type 5, but Enneagram type 5, which is the investigator. Here's some things you could consider. How, as a leader of that kind of person, communicate with depth and precision. Provide ample time for analysis and reflection. And by the way, if people high in strategic strength, I always say bring them into the brainstorm. Don't just dump information at them at the end and hope that they'll get on board, but bring them in right from the beginning. That's giving them ample time, by the way. Okay. Present information in a logical, structured manner so that they can understand it. and respect their need to think for privacy and independence. Now, those combinations of both that strength and the Enneagram type can help you really create a great experience. Let's go out on the end of the plank here. How about for someone with woo, winning others over, it's a CliftonStrength, and an Enneagram type 7, the enthusiasm, which I am. I do not have woo high, but I am a 7. Here's how you could consider adjusting your communication style. Use energetic and enthusiastic communication style. By the way, if you're around someone high in woo, you're probably going to use that energetic and enthusiastic communication style because they have it so apparent. Keep your conversations dynamic and varied. I like to say sprinkle in fun. Encourage brainstorming and exploration, multiple options, not a lot of fencing them in. Okay, and then frame challenges as exciting opportunities. Whew, that's powerful, isn't it? Okay, let's try a couple more. How about a client showing responsibility strength, which I see a lot at my work, Signature Performance, and the Enneagram Type 1 or the Reformer. Now, when you're working with someone who's there, you want to be clear and specific about expectation and goals. You want to acknowledge their commitment to improvement and provide constructive feedback aligned with their high standards and help them balance perfectionism with practicality. You might need to, from time to time, remind them that they don't need to be perfect. Okay, I think you get the point. And by tailoring communication styles based on both assessment, coaches and managers can create a more resonant and effective experience as we can lead others to better outcomes and personal growth for our client. Friends, I believe in the tools in the coaching industry, but the most important thing I believe in is the person I'm coaching. Now, if you'd like to explore more details about some of the tools I brought up in this podcast, feel free to reach out to me. You can do that by reaching out at mark@markmathia.com, ping me on LinkedIn, or contact me at Signature Performance. But know this, together, we are making work great, one individual at a time. And I say, let's get out there and do more of that. And now it's your turn to get out there and thrive in life. If you've liked what you've learned, would you consider subscribing to this podcast and leaving a review? I'd really appreciate it. And if you have anything you would like addressed, you can reach out to me, Mark Mathia, at mark@markmathia.com. And until next week, I'm cheering for you.